So today we're at Jim's making my cupboard doors straight edges. Oh god, I look awful. Anyway, and we're just gonna put in the sink, the hob, and just cut all the bits of the frame so they're all straight, because that's what I was having a problem with yesterday, which is why I didn't end up filming at the end, because me and Dwayne were a bit like, oh, it's really difficult to get it straight. So we just kind of threw the towel in, didn't we?
Look how close we were though. We were that close to getting it straight.
That's how close we were to getting it straight.
You know, you can't even measure that.
No. So, you'll be able to see what we'll get up to. So, I didn't get anything done on Skylar this weekend because, as you can tell from inside this, another birthday happened. It was my boyfriend Dwayne's birthday this weekend, and it was Easter bank holiday weekend, and I just needed a break from everything. Work, doing stuff in the van, etc. So I took the whole weekend off, and I'm just about to start finishing off the fronts of the drawers, and lovely Mr. Jim has lent me his track saw so I can get all of them straight. There's no reason why I can't get them all done in the next 2 hours, because the rest of them are exactly the same as the other side, because I've measured etc, and I've put them in front etc etc etc. Anyway, I'm just about to make the top one in the middle, which is exactly the same as the top on the left, which is this one. The only difference is this one is going to be not as wide. So I'm just measuring what this is, and then I'm gonna get it all done. So I'll set you up, you'll be able to see what I get up to and how well I do, I suppose. every single one of the drawer fronts. Well, the length of them, because that's what I need to use the track saw for. The only thing I haven't cut is this bit, which is the bottom bit that's going in the middle where the fridge is. And that's because I couldn't work out how to do that because it's quite thin and how to clip it onto the track saw, but that's fine, I can do that with Jim. So all of these are the right depth, so that's the middle one. There's 3 top ones that are all the same size, and then over there you can see there's 2 bottom ones. So all I need to do now tomorrow is cut them to the right width, which I can do on that saw, so that's why I wasn't really worried about doing that. The only one I couldn't do with that saw was the bigger bottom one, which I've already cut. And I've cut, to start, a load of the framing. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 strips here, 5 or 6 strips here, and that means I can start on the framing of some of them. So that's what I'm going to get up to tomorrow. Now I have to clear up and go to work. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Hey, good morning. The sun is shining and I am ready to do some of the drawer fronts. So yesterday I cut the rest of the drawer fronts and then some of the framing. So what I'm going to do today is do the framing on, there's 2 drawers I can do the framing on, which are the 2 left hand side drawers. Then I'm going to go to the middle drawer, make sure that's cut all right, and then frame that one and see where we are, because I'm going to glue the framing on the front, and then I've got to leave it to dry. So I'm not sure how many weights I've got, so I don't think I can do all of the drawers at once. Plus I haven't cut the thicker ones yet, and I gave the table saw, track saw back to Jim yesterday, so I've got to wait till next week to get that back. But I have a few issues, which I wasn't going to tell you about, but I'll tell you about. I have a few issues with my drawer runners. As you can see, this drawer runner is no longer soft close. So I'm not sure what's happened there. So I've got to fix this drawer, and this drawer. All the runners are broken on those 3. So I'm going to just take the runners off, have a good look at them, see if I can fix them and see what's happened with them. I'm not really sure how it's happened because, yeah, I mean we're in the van last weekend, so that's why there's like some things in here, but all the drawers are working fine. And then suddenly out of the blue, stopped working. Don't tell me this one stopped working as well. We'll see. So yeah, and I've also got to make sure that these drawers here, before I can do the drawer fronts properly and make sure they're the right size. They are kind of ish the right size, but just to make sure, I need to make sure this drawer goes in properly and this drawer goes in properly. So I'm going to do all of that today, I hope. Although Dwayne took back his jigsaw, so I'm not sure if I have anything to cut that with. We shall see. But yeah, it's and I've also got to do a few little other things. So, but first, the drawer fronts. And don't worry, I didn't do my hair and makeup for you guys. You're used to seeing me looking rubbish, but I did a podcast this morning with someone wanting to interview me about how amazing I am, about my businesses, about my life, drive, determination, outlook, etc, etc, etc. So I obviously had to look presentable. So that's why my hair's curly and I've got makeup on. It's not needed for my YouTube videos, but it was a very good podcast. Anyway, I'm going to set you up and you can see how I got on. I might end up talking you through what I do because I'll probably be talking myself through what I'm going to do. I am questioning whether I'm going to nail them in as well, just like put 4 nails and then bash them in and paint over them, see if like you won't be able to see them, I don't think. So we'll see what I end up doing. Hopefully my glue hasn't set because Dwayne dropped my glue and the bottom of it opened. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that hasn't set. I put it in a bag and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get on with it, people. Right, framing begins. Just got a bit. I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, damn. Third one is a little bit off. So I have got 3, but this one's slightly too wide. I can correct that once I've cut it down to the right sizes. It's like minuscule. So, where's my so it looks like we're only doing 2 today because I've only got enough to do 2. Because I kind of made the mistake of not building, doesn't really matter. I basically cut these pieces. These are not all the length of the drawer. They're slightly too short. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you. So my original idea was to do, this is too big, was to do these, the whole length across, and then do little bits down. What I'm going to have to do is do these up there, and then cut these to the right size and put them down here. So, ooh, let's move that across. So this would meet that, and this would meet that, just like that. Which actually, now I look at it, I kind of prefer. So that means these need to be cut and these need to be cut, but I'm cutting these first because I know the depth of the drawer, height of the drawer, whatever. Anyway, I think it's just going to be one of those days. Let me go and get my drink because I'm thirsty already. The framing is all, let's just remove this. The framing is all done. It is just setting. I've got weights on it and one little clamp there. One little clamp there, because I don't have clamps to put all the way along, so the weights just do exactly the same job. And fingers crossed it's worked. Fingers crossed it's even, or even enough that you can't tell. I made sure I lined everything up with the end, so now to go and have a look at my drawer runners and see what's gone wrong with them. But I'm not going to film that because I'm just going to take my time and have a look at it. I'll let you know when I find out what's wrong with them. Right, I said I'd take you through everything that I do on this van build journey, but these are actually nearly done. I just wanted to keep it on for longer, but that's what it looks like. So I have fixed the drawers. There was nothing really wrong with them, if I'm honest. I'm not really sure, but they now work. They didn't before. Look. Okay, it's open, and now it's closed. That didn't do before. It wouldn't close for some reason. Anyway, so I said I'd bring you along for the journey on every part of my van life. Van conversion, whatever you want to call it. So this is what I'm currently doing while I'm waiting for the drawers to dry. I'm scraping this off of here. Now, most people would think, okay, why are you doing that? Surely you're going to put a floor down on top of this. I am, but this is super uneven, and I want my laminate to go flush onto this floor. I know there's holes. I'd rather there be dipped holes than raised bits. So I took the time, and I'm taking the time to scrape this off. Now some bits, this bit came off really easy, but this bit is taking ages. So yeah, thought I'd show you that. As I always say, it's the small things that take the longest. But I'd rather sit here and do this than me doing nothing while I'm waiting for the drawer fronts to dry. Ah, it's nearly done. So yeah, basically the last little bit there. So yeah, this kind of, something like this, I kind of need, you need to have snacks while you're doing it, but I don't have any snacks because I'm meant to be being good. But there we go. And also I have like drawn up on both these two drawers, so this one here that's nearly 15mm out, and that one where I'm going to cut, but I don't have a jigsaw. This one I think I may have to take apart and do, but that one I can do with a jigsaw. I really don't want to have to take that one out, so we'll see. But yeah, that is what I'm doing right now. Not so interesting, is it? Anyway, hopefully in a minute I'll be able to go and get all that glue off of those drawer fronts and glue the other drawer that I've got ready, because I did have more of those strips than I thought. I found them a minute ago. So I'll show you once they're done what they look like without any weights all over them. Right, so all of that is off of there, which is fantastic. That's a job that I don't have to do later. And one drawer front, just this last little bit that needs to stick a little bit more. One drawer front is done. It looks so good. I thought I'd be like, oh, I'm not sure if I've done it right, but actually it looks brilliant. So I've got another one over there that I can glue together, but because this is still glue, I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm actually going to go eat, because I know when I'm hungry, because I can't make my brain work properly, if that makes any sense. So just a second ago I was like, what shall I do next? And then I'm like, you're hungry, so I'm going to go eat some lunch. That didn't work. And come back and finish off the drawer fronts. And I might even start sanding and painting them today. Shh, don't tell anyone. Right, I've eaten. I can concentrate a little bit better now. And I have just taken off the weights from these two. So I've just got these two little corners, which obviously the weights weren't on, left to dry. And I've just started up here doing the bigger one, which is right at the bottom, and it's a thicker framing. It's 60mm rather than 40mm, although that ended up being around about 36mm in the end, which is fine. I'd rather it be all the same rather than, you know, anyway. So this is where I've got to so far. I'm sure I had more of this somewhere, so I'm just going to have a look for it, but hopefully I can glue this one down as well today. I need to sand off this massive X that Jim wrote on there, and yeah, it's looking good. I'm feeling good about it. Right, so, sorry I didn't film this because I was like in the flow and my camera's battery went. So this is the bigger drawer, the one right at the bottom, and so this bit's bigger. I've just got all the weights on there to try and make sure it stays down and stays like that. So tomorrow I'm going to sand this, paint it, sand these two, paint them, and put them in potentially. I don't have the, I'm also, newsflash, I'll show you tomorrow, but I'm actually going to make my drawer pulls. So I've bought leather, I bought a leather strap, and I just got to buy the bolts to go in, and I thought, why not make it myself? I'm making the drawers myself. Yeah, I'm not going to make a little leather strap. So I bought 2 meters of leather strap, just got to cut it, put them on, and then they'll be done. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can do all that tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Good morning. I'm excited to get some paint on these drawers fronts today. So got the sander from Dwayne. He left it before he left this morning. He's gone to do some work. And I thought I'd quickly show you my new... Oh, I've got water on these. Oops. Doesn't matter because they're wipeable. But these are my new slippers that I got for my birthday. They're by Passenger. All recycled they are. And I actually got them for my van, for when I live in my van. I wore them last weekend in my van to keep my feet warm because I struggle keeping my feet warm. And now everything I got for my birthday that I want to use my van, I don't want to use for, except for I can't help but use these. Now I've started using them because my feet are so warm. And they're great because they've got a proper bottom sole, so I can go in and out absolutely fine, and they don't really keep any mess. So yeah, shout out to Passenger, they're amazing. Right, what am I going to do? Take these off anyway, put my shoes on. So yeah, today is sanding and painting first of all the drawer fronts so that I can get them attached, and then I might pop to B&Q to have a look at some bolts for my drawer handles so I can make them and put them on, and then that one side will all be finished, and then I can finish making the rest. So this is what they look like today. They are all glued. Ah, that has worked. One drawer front, two drawer fronts, that's the third over there. So I'm going to quickly get the sander out and start sanding these down. Oh, it's a bit cold today, I might have to put a coat on. And then give them their first lick of paint. So yeah, we're going to see what I can get to today. With an issue. I think today's gonna be one of those days. My issue is that Dwayne has given me this, which as you can see, there's no sand on this anymore, it's completely soft. So I've got to go and B&Q to get one of these, not the whole thing, just the, I've taken it off so I can take it with me to make sure I get the right size, and then I can buy all the other bits that I want to buy at the same time from there. So I'm going to go do that first, which is annoying because I wanted to get the paint on here first, but what I'm going to do is fill the little round holes like these bits, rather than just try and sand that down. They're not proper holes, but it's going to take a lot to get that down, so rather than sand that down, I'm just going to put a little bit of filler in there, and then leave that to dry, go off to B&Q and get all my bits and pieces. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go do now. Right, we're back. I have got the sanding bits. I couldn't get the bolts that I wanted, so I'm going to have a look in the Screwfix catalogue to find them and order them, but I'm going to get on with sanding this down because I'm kind of running short on time a little bit. I'm going to use this undercoat for interiors and exterior wood and metal. It's just white. Nothing special. It's actually, I bought it from Home Bargains for those who actually care. So no special stuff for this. It is just an undercoat because I want to just put a nice undercoat underneath. Rather than using my expensive undercoat that's got like a knotting solution as well. I don't need that. I want that for the what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. Why is there a black line at the top of the screen? I hope I haven't broken my camera. Anyway, yeah, I want to use the knotting solution one for like any of the cladding because that's got lots of knots in. So, yes. Now I need to find all my bits that I need. Oh, it smells so good. Right, so this is what it looks like. The first two drawers have got their first coat of primer on. So what I'm going to do is sand and prep that one and prime that one while these two are drying. And I'm not going to video that because it looks exactly the same as what I've just done here. So then I'll show you once these two have had their second coat. Right, so this one's had 2 coats, this one still only had 1 because, as I said, I put it on too thick, so I've got to let it dry for a little bit longer. But that one's had 2 coats of the primer. That's the top middle drawer, and then here's the bottom drawer. So that's had 1 coat of primer. I'm going to let them dry for a bit. I'm just going to shoot to Jim's. He's finished with his track saw, so I'm going to borrow that back to be able to cut the rest of the strips and hopefully borrow his sander because, let's be frank, I'm going to be frank because Dwayne's going to watch this. Dwayne's multi-tool sander is a load of crap. The sanding paper moves off of it because he's melted it, and it's Black & Decker, so I can't find another fixing for it. There's a fixing that's a multi, like will do a load of the multi-tools, except for the Black & Decker, which is the one that he has. So he won't mind me saying it's rubbish. So I'm going to hopefully borrow Jim's sander as well. So that's where I'm off to now. Right, I didn't film any of the last little bit that I've done because it's kind of all the same. So I've got another drawer front done, another drawer front done over there, and then in here you can see, it's raining now, you can see these 3 drawer fronts drying, and I painted the frame, the bits that you see. You're not really going to see this bottom bit, but just in case I wanted to paint it. So yeah, tomorrow, fingers crossed, I can get those drawer fronts on and show you what they're going to look like without the handles. The handles I'm going to wait till a big reveal of the whole kitchen. So yeah, bring on tomorrow, more painting, more finishing off all the drawer fronts, 2 more drawers to glue. Let's hope they set and nicely and look good for tomorrow so I can get them painted too. So see you tomorrow, guys. Right, so long story, but I haven't really done anything on my van today because I had to drive to Lymington to pick up a set of seats for Dwayne's van, and they were free, so we kind of couldn't say no to going and doing it today, so it's kind of taken up the whole day. But I wanted to show you what these will look like, and what I've actually decided to do is I'm going to wait to show you the reveal of the whole rest of the kitchen for when I've done all of the leather straps as well on the door fronts. But I'm going to show you what it looks like with the drawers painted with their 2 coats of primer and put in the right place. So I'll put you here. Well, you can kind of see. Oh no, I did need that spacer. Oh, not got any more. Okay. So, once they're all painted, and got all their coats of paint. Sorry, once they've got all their coats of paint and the door handles, this is what they're going to look like. I'm super excited about that. I can't let go of them because they'll fall. So it's going to look like that there, and over there, in the middle as well. So, oh, let me put you there. So, this kind of shows you how I did my drawer fronts totally, and I've just got to screw them into the drawers, put the door handle on, and they'll be done once I've done the last coat of paint, top coat. So I'm going to show you the finished whole kitchen once they're all in and the fridge is in. So that's, I'm not sure when that's going to be because my fridge is at my mum and dad's up in Coventry, so I've got to drive and get that at some point, so I won't go and just drive up there just for my fridge. It'll be when I'm doing something else. So in a video to come, you'll see the finished product of my kitchen. But for now, I hope you enjoyed that video. Give it a like if you did, big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe. And if you want to follow what we're up to, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Adventures of Skylar. See you next week.